Okay, okay. I know what today's video is gonna be. I'm sorry about the glare out the window if that's distracting. I'm sorry, but maybe I should just take this video. Nah, I'll take the video now because if I don't take that video today, you'll already know. Let's just get. Okay. Let's get into the video. By the way, I have Pemmy, so I think I'll eat some of that while I'm telling the story. But today I've decided that. Ew, that looks gross. What the? I know it's Pemmy, but why does it? I like Pemmy, don't get me wrong, I love Pemmy, but when not all gooey and stuff. Let me taste it. Okay, let's. Okay. Okay, it's good. I hate when the Pemmy does get a little bit wet in the foil, but it tastes nice. But today, I'm going to be doing another story time. I've just decided on it a couple minutes ago. I've literally sat down in this car for the past half an hour trying to decide what I'm going to talk about. So today, I'm going to be talking about a boy. We'll call him Bob because, yeah, so once upon a time I met Bob, and him and we were good friends. I mean, I considered him a friend. I actually considered him like a brother. Like, he was older than me, and we always had that kind of platonic relationship. So we were good. I actually decided to hang out with him, and that's how you know that friendship is good. I don't just hang out with people. I don't leave my house for people. And I actually didn't leave my house for him. I was sleeping by my friend's house, and he said, hey, we can hang out. And okay, so I waited for the sun to go down, and maybe taking the video in the car wasn't a good idea. Anyways, I'm gonna take the video tomorrow because I finally waited for the sun to set. The glare is gone, and now my dogs are acting like idiots. So mad. Okay, I'll take it tomorrow instead because I'm tired. Okay, so we're back and we're still talking about Bob. Oh, I forgot to say, if you have me on Snapchat, you've probably heard this story before. There are a lot of other stories to tell, but I just happened to tell this story again from Snapchat. Anyways, so I went out with Bob around 8 p.m. and as I said, I was sleeping at my friend's house, so I told him I want to be back by 10. So we were driving around and we ended up on the beach. Now, I was feeling a little uncomfortable because it was my first time hanging with Bob. Ideally, we should have been hanging out in the day. I don't know who he really is. You never really know somebody. So I should have been hanging out with him during the day in a more public setting. I was a little bit uncomfortable because the beach was kind of empty. So I told him, let's go out and get food. At least we'd have something to do instead of just sitting down in the car talking. And he was like, I don't know if we'll have time to get food after we're finished doing what we're doing. Now, Bob, what are we doing? Because last I checked, we were hanging out because we had to listen to some music. Now you're coming and tell me stuff about after we finished doing what we're doing. Nigga, I'm not down for this shit. So I asked him what we were doing, and he didn't answer. All we were supposed to be doing was listening to music. So unless Bob's playlist was like 2 hours long, I don't know what the hell we'd be doing like that. But Bob said nothing. He had no reply to that, and I was so freaked out by it. Anyways, We parked the vehicle and we were just listening to some music. It actually wasn't that awkward. It was kind of comfortable until Bob decided to go to the back seat. Now we all know what happens when they go to the back seat. And let me tell you something about me. I'm the kind of person that you don't do stuff with when you go out. I'm just not like that. Contrary to what you heard, I don't do stuff with guys just like that. Like, if you go out with me, there's a 90 something percent chance that absolutely nothing will happen. Bob didn't get the memo. Back to the story. He was in the back seat and I stayed in the front because I don't have no business in the back seat. Then Bob told me to come in the back seat. And I don't know, I didn't want to be a mood kill, so I just went in the back. But I sat at one end, so I was like here, and he was here, you know, and there was a whole middle seat between us. But I mean, honestly, I'm sitting in the back seat with a nigga that I'm not that close with at 8 p.m. I want to keep my distance. But Bob decides he doesn't want that. So this boy has me in a headlock and he pulls me towards him. I was literally terrified because what's going on? I didn't want it to be awkward, so I took his phone and I was just playing music. And, you know, the mood was I'm not gonna lie, it was awkward for me. I don't know how Bob was feeling. I don't know if he's used to headlocking girls in the backseat of his car. But for me, it was just a little weird and I was just trying to calm myself down. Because under no circumstances will I let anything happen. But this nigga has me in a headlock and I don't know what I'm gonna do. So Bob takes his phone back because he wants to play a song. I don't remember what song it was, but it was a sex song and I was petrified. So I got out of the car because this is exactly what we're not going to do, Bob. And Bob followed me out of the vehicle. So I decided to walk towards the front because what's going on? What the hell is happening? Bob follows me to the front of the car. So like I walk around the car and like I kind of start to run and Bob is full on chasing me around the vehicle. So I get into the passenger seat and I lock the door because by this time I am mortified. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't even know how I managed to get myself in this situation. At this point, all I wanted to do was go home. And there were only two ways that was gonna happen. Either I walk home or Bob drops me home. And I don't care how uncomfortable or scared I was of Bob at that time, I'm not walking home. So I just stayed in the car with Bob and we kind of just talked about everything that just happened because Bob was wilding and I wasn't having it. So the rest of the story is kind of irrelevant because we just ended up talking about that and then he dropped me home. And the worst part is I didn't get any food, but I got home before 9 o'clock. In fact, by 8:45 I was home because there was absolutely nothing for Bob and I to do. So that's the story. So let's get to the lesson. The lesson for today is do not take people at face value. Meaning, expect people to have a hidden agenda when it comes to you. And I'm not saying that everybody is a bad person, but I'm just saying that not everybody is a good person and that can easily come to bite you. The way I see it, I was kind of lucky that night because that night could have went completely different. Say Bob was not the kind of person that he is, and I don't even know the kind of person Bob is because you know the birds aren't gonna give me a break. I mean, it sounds pretty, but I consider myself lucky that night because say I didn't decide to run into the passenger seat. Say I decided to run out into the bushes. Would Bob have chased me there? And if Bob did chase me there, what would have happened? I'm not saying that Bob is capable of dangerous stuff. I'm not saying that Bob is a rapist or is capable of being one, but that's the point I'm trying to bring across today. I don't know. Before I got in that car with Bob, I would not have thought that Bob would have tried anything with me, and he proved me wrong. So who's to say that Bob would not have taken things a step further? You don't know, and that's what I'm trying to say today. You can't exactly trust somebody, so I suppose you should live life not trusting people until they give you a reason to trust them. What I'm trying to say is don't trust people. That is the story that I've been trying to tell for the past 2 days now. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed telling it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't enjoy this video, leave a like anyways. and leave a comment too. Just say something and subscribe. And I know a couple people who have their post notifications on. Y'all are real ones, so turn on your post notifications. I will talk to you later. Yeah.